What should a vendor do when they release a product and the product is fundamentally, completely effed up? In the FPV hobby, usually what happens is they just keep selling it. Maybe if you complain loud enough, they give you a replacement of the same effed up product and cross your fingers and hope that it doesn't. And then eventually they sell out of the effed up batch, and then they maybe fix it in the next batch, and everyone is screwed. But that's not what Gemfan did when they released their new F3 and F4 props. And those props started having serious problems with durability. And then, to everyone's surprise, Gemfan did the right thing. They announced a recall of the props. But what we're here for today is to find out if the new props are any better. And Gemfan has released some videos of their testing process showing just how rigorous their new testing process that they've implemented is. But if you are like me, you don't trust it when a manufacturer says, we've tested the dickens out of this, it's so good. Because a lot of the times you put it in the hands of a reviewer and it falls on its face. But I'm not even going to tease you. That's not what happened this time. Gemfan has done right. I'm Joshua Bardwell, and you're going to learn something today. There is no world in which the V1 props would have stood up to this kind of abuse. I'm going to show you the flight footage. I tried a trick that I'm really bad at, and I just kept trying and trying and trying. And I went through an entire pack of a battery with the same props. And so what, right? That's not that significant. But compared to the V1 props, where if you just literally clipped a branch, they exploded, they broke at the hub, and they fell apart. The fact that these are still mostly in one piece says that Gemfan has done something different. So let's go ahead. I'm going to let you see for yourself the durability testing that I put them through, and then you can decide for yourself if this is something that you're interested in. Ghost Branch FPV, one of my patrons in my Discord, is always challenging me to trippy spin around this tree. And I am bad at trippy spins. So let's try it and crash a lot and see if the durability has improved. This is going to be very hard to trippy spin around. Like, this is a hell of a thing. Let's just go for it. Okay, that was something. Let's try again. I want to get in really good and tight. That's not a trippy spin. I'm just doing a outside freaking. Props are okay. Video's effed up. Let's clean my lens and we'll come back to it. Well, flight controller rebooted. Was that a trippy spin? Well, okay, the props are durable, but how do they fly? I normally fly the Gemfan 51477 Hurricane on my personal rigs, but let's put these F4s on here and take them out and see how they do. Now we're flying with the F4 prop here because the weight of this quad, and this is the Diatone Roma F5 V1, the weight of this quad with GoPro and an 1100 milliamp hour 6S battery is about 740 grams. And I watched Kebab's video where he talked about these props and the intended purpose of them. And he suggested that for a quad of this weight, the F3 would be underpowered. Smooth and responsive, but underpowered. And I've always been a guy to choose pitch and power over responsiveness and smoothness. So let's see how it gets up. Yeah, it's no slouch. It's no slouch. Hard to say how it would compare side by side with the 51477 without actually flying it. Oh, if only there were a way to make that happen. I have not done any special PID tuning of this for either of the props. This is the factory tune that Diatone ships it with. Oh, I'm also flying with the TBS Mambo. This is the first flight I've done on the TBS Mambo, and the sticks are a little shorter than I'm used to, so it's I'm a little outside my element here. Excuses, I know. One of the best ways, I think, to test the responsiveness of a prop and linearity is to do... Ooh, that's nice. Nope. Get out there. So try and catch yourself at the bottom of a big drop like that. Let's try again. I was going to try and power loop over and come under that tree. Here we go. Big drop. It doesn't feel like it has quite the same oomph. You know what, actually, I'm not comparing it to not the 51477 prop, but to the 5-inch motor. The torque on those FPV Cycle 5-inch motors is crazy, and you're just not going to get the same response out of any prop that you would. These are 2207.5 motors. That's a 2306 motor, I believe. 2506. So I feel like I get more immediate low throttle response out of like the 51477 combined with that big torquey motor. And of course, I've flown 51477 on a 2207 motor too. So we're not getting the same low throttle grunt as we do with the pitchier prop, even though this has a higher disc loading, lower disc loading, a larger disc, a larger diameter. But it's not bad. It's worth a try, and it's going to be right for some people's flight style. Let's drop in here. See, that was no problem. Oh well. Aw, phooey. Well, at least I'm not afraid of the durability. So that brings us to the end of the video, and as always, the question, should you buy them? And the answer to that question, of course, is going to be very personal. Props are very personal, and everybody likes something different. Traditionally, Gemfan has always focused a little more on wider pitch, sort of thicker, heavier props. And it seems like the trend in what people want from props has moved away from that direction. If you look at the HQ V1S props, they're a lot thinner. If you look at the Mr. Steel S2, S3, S4, S whatever, they're all sort of slightly longer, 5.1 inch and thinner. And now Bob Ruge has even gone up to a 5.25 inch prop, sort of asking the question, why should we limit ourselves to 5 inch and 6 inch? Well, it can be anywhere in there that we like, and maybe the ideal length of a prop is not exactly 5.0 inches. Gemfan now comes in with these S3 and S4. The S4 is 5.1 by 3.6, and the S3 is a little bit lower pitch for people who are maybe running higher KV motors or want to focus more on smoothness rather than ultimate power. None of these are going to have the same high pitch as something like my 51466 prop. So if you want something for a heavier quad or a bigger motor, like, well, I was going to say like Bob Ruge's 5-inch motor, which is a 2506 in size, but he actually says that those motors are really good paired with like a 5.25 inch low pitch prop, which kind of I don't understand. have to think about that for a while, because normally you pair high pitch props with big torquey motors and you pair lower pitch props with smaller, higher kV motors. But if Kebab says to do different, who am I to disagree? Nevertheless, here is the Gemfan Freestyle F4, and I'm happy to say that the durability issues with the previous batch seem to have been solved. And if you're looking for a new prop, or maybe if you fly the HQ V1S or the steel props and you want to try something different, definitely give them a look. There are links down in the video description. Thanks so much for watching. Happy flying. Do you see this baby? Isn't he cute? Hit the subscribe button. Join my Patreon. Use my affiliate links. Or just keep watching videos. That's better than nothing.
Cuckoo Gaga, subscribe to my daddy.